Hi. I just wanted to make a quick video on, so I am going to explain why I still think rapture is this year, but I'm going to give a quick word on my testimony first to how I got to believing rapture 2025 from atheist, agnostic, literally 5 years ago. Okay, so I'm not going to go into like every little detail that some people do, and I'm just like, okay, get on with the story. Sorry. I'm just going to do it quickly so I don't bore you guys, and I don't want to make it about me. It's about God and how amazing the Lord is in bringing people to Him. I mean, I just think it's so cool. Not even just me, just seeing straight, like, I'm not judging a book by its cover, but I love seeing straight, like, punk rock looking people, like piercings, goth, and they're like in love with Jesus. I'm like, that is just so cool how He brings people from different nations, different tribes to Him. It's just the coolest thing. So I want to make this about Him and not me. So I'm not just going to sit and talk about me the whole time. I mean, it has to a little bit, but I want to make it about how cool our God is and how He chases after you. So, Father, I just want to ask you that you speak through me and don't let me speak any words that are not from you. And I pray that this message gets to just one person who's searching, and you save them through this. In Jesus' name, amen. Because I know when I was searching, I was looking through YouTube videos. I was listening to testimonies, so you never know. People might just be looking for Jesus and looking for videos. So I have my son's Paw Patrol blanket on me because I'm a little cold. Okay. So, I'm going to start this with just two scriptures. Revelation 12:11, and they conquered him by the blood of the Lamb and the power of their testimony. Luke 8:39, return home and declare how much God has done for you. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm declaring how much God has done for me. So, just a quick rundown. I don't look at the camera a lot because when I'm thinking, you know. So growing up, and this is going to be really quick, don't worry. I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to be really precise and quick with it. Growing up, I did not grow up with any believing parents. No one in my family. The only person who did was my grandma, and thank God for her, because I truly think that's why I'm where I am today, because she was a praying woman and she used to buy me Bibles every year. But besides her, no one, my other grandparents, nobody. So growing up, I never really asked questions about God, honestly. I don't even remember thinking about Him and nothing, which is very sad. But so in middle school, I did get into some bad stuff. I started playing with an ancient Ouija board. I mean, it was 100-year-old Ouija board. I saw a lot of stuff. My cabinets and drawers are opening in my house I was living at the time. My mom said I used to wake up screaming, shadows, all that stuff. So I think from that, I got demons attached to me, because from then I always had substance abuse issues. Like, I started drinking when I was 14, all the way through high school. I drank every weekend. I mean, binge drink, get wasted every weekend. So I always had a substance abuse problem. And this whole time I was just lust too, with bunch of different men, and I was so young, lost my virginity at 15, sleeping with a bunch of boys in high school. I had this empty hole inside of me that I was trying to fill with boys' attention and alcohol. My house was in the paper for fights, stabbings. I got kicked off the cheerleading squad because of that, because my house was in the newspaper and there was someone stabbed there. I mean, wall-to-wall people in my house, parties, crazy stuff. So that went on up until I was 25, nonstop. I mean, I don't think I went a week without drinking. I was just so sad and depressed, and just, it was not fun. Like, I had a lot of fun partying, but it was the most depressing time. High school was very hard for me. I was very depressed. Just empty, lost. That I've had that feeling up until I got saved, really. So the drinking went on and on every week till I was 25. I got 2 DUIs. Yep, the lust was still happening, different boys all the time. Quit drinking. I got it really big into bodybuilding. I was a pretty ripped, like I had a 4-pack. My shoulders were I was in a bodybuilding competition, but the alcohol, when I stopped drinking, that just turned into another addiction, was the bodybuilding. I got into steroids. That's why my voice is a little bit, I used to have a really high-pitched voice. Now it's like, I don't know, raspy, I guess. Yes, that's from the steroids. So since I quit drinking, I filled it with the steroids and the bodybuilding. I was addicted to my body looking good. I never could get enough. So yeah, I did that for like 7 years. After that, I met my son's dad. He was smoking heroin. I got into heroin. I was 27. That went on until I was about 30. I was smoking heroin. That turned into smoking fentanyl. I got my son was born when I was 30. I got him taken away when my son was 1 for 6 weeks. That's the longest. I've never been away from my son after he was a year, and that was the hardest time of my life. I was in California. They moved up here to Montana. I woke up crying every morning. And at this time, I was getting big into conspiracy theories. And then I found this community. It was like MAGA, all the Q stuff. I don't know if you guys know about the QAnon. Got real big into that. And funny enough, a lot of people in that like group are Christians. Like, I don't know, a lot of them are. It's just weird. So I started to see a lot of God stuff. I'm sorry if I'm mixing around at all, but this was all around age 29, 30. I'm still using drugs, but I'm looking into all this stuff. So I'm a big, huge tinfoil hat, QAnon, all that, but I'm seeing a lot of Christian stuff at the same time with that. So I started to get interested in all of that, even the Christian stuff. I still have not reached out to God at all. I don't remember ever being like, God, are you real? Or ever, not once trying to talk to God. It just wasn't, he wasn't on my mind. It's just so weird to think about that. It's just weird to think about. Anyway, so that's when I started to see a little bit of Christian stuff. It was about 5 years ago. And I started to question. And then I realized, I found out that all this satanic ritual stuff is real. Satan is real. I was like, oh my gosh, demons are real, y'all. It was just hit me like a ton of bricks one night. I remember in my room, I was just looking all this stuff up. And then I was like, oh my God, God is real. it just was like so crazy to me. So I was like, my whole life has been a lie. It was hard to deal with for a little bit. It was just like literally being like slapped out of my slumber. So this is what I mean when God is so cool. Like, I was still using drugs, smoking fentanyl in my room, and then I would get curious and kind of read the Bible, because I found a Bible my grandma got me in my room. On the front page, she wrote in it, and she said, "This book will either keep you from sin, or sin will keep you from this book. I love you, Grandma." But so yeah, that was like 5 years ago. I started reading the Bible a little bit. Got my son taken away for 6 weeks, which is horrible. So that made me want to stop using, obviously, to get him back, because I've never been away from him the whole first year he's born. It was very, very hard. So I ended up moving up to Montana, and then I got him back 6 months later. I was still seeing him every day and stuff, but anyways, so my point in all of this is that empty hole you have inside of you will never be filled until you have Jesus. Like, since following Jesus, my depression is gone. I haven't had it since. Of course, I have sad days, but nothing like depression. No more anxiety. And I don't feel like I have to chase things. Like, I'm not chasing men. I don't even feel the need to. I haven't been on a date in 4 years, which I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I'm just content. You just become content in the Lord. And I've been in this wilderness season since I moved to Montana for like four or 5 years. So it's just been me, myself, with the Lord. So another thing is, the first couple of years when I was Christian, no one told me the true gospel, like, which is sad. Like, that's why I try to tell people, because I do, like, why didn't no one tell me this? Like, the whole first 2 years I was like scared. Like, I would try to be perfect because I thought I was going to go to hell, and it just wasn't fun. Like, I was still trying to chase after the Lord, but it just wasn't fun. Like, I couldn't feel his love. And then I feel like it wasn't until earlier this year when I truly learned, like, the true gospel. And I've been going to church for a few years now, and that's very sad. Yeah, so that's basically how I came to the Lord. I had no one in my life to talk to about God. I still kind of don't. So this was all me by myself doing this. That's what my point is. Like, he's so cool that no one around you will be talking about God, but he'll chase after you and he will find you. And it's just really cool. He searched me out, and he brought me through conspiracy theories to learn that he was real. It's really cool. So the feeling, so why I think he's coming back this year. So before this year, I kind of backslid for like a year. I wasn't reading my Bible, anything, for a whole year. I felt a tug the whole time, but it wasn't like a very intense tug. But up until this year, starting like March, April, I felt a very, very, very intense urgency. I even have like journal entries from back then, and I'm like, okay, God, is a war coming? What is happening? I went out and bought canned food, blah, blah, blah. It was very, very intense. Something is coming. I have screenshots of me talking to a friend saying something big is coming this year. I don't know what it is, but And then, still this time, I didn't really fully believe in pre-trib rapture. I thought it would probably be after the 7-year tribulation, which is so silly now. I would never think that. Now I'm like 110% sure we will not be here. I ended up buying that book, They Lied to You About the Rapture, which does prove a pre-trib rapture. And yeah, so I've been sober since I moved to Montana 4 or 5 years ago. Been sober, clean. I don't even recognize who I was back then. It's a complete different person. Like this, I got this when I was like 27. It's embarrassing now. I wish I could take it. I wish I could get it off. Like, look, is it alien? I would never get that now. I haven't gotten a tattoo since I've been saved. I freaking hate aliens, you guys. They're demons. I have a freaking demon on my neck. I hate it. But I'm just showing you how deep I was in it. Like, look at my whole arm. I worked at a tattoo shop when I was 18, and we would just do tattoos on me randomly. But I would never even get one now. It's crazy. Like, I am not that person at all. I don't even recognize her. Total different mind. I'm just saying that's how cool God is. I bought a Bible when I moved to Montana. I remember when I first became kind of Christian, I just started reading the Bible a little bit. And this guy I was talking to, he was a firefighter. He ended up explaining to me, he took me through these verses, explaining how Jesus is God. And I was like, what? I was like blown away that Jesus was God. I didn't even know that. So from then on, I just got deeper and deeper, and I wanted to be closer and closer with the Lord. But this year has the closest, like, that I actually feel his love, because I know the true gospel now. Yeah. So anyways, so back to the rapture stuff. So I think he's coming because of that urgency feeling I felt. That's one reason. Another reason, obviously, all the signs happening right now. I want to tell you a quick story. August 23rd this year, my son got his foot stuck in the bed, and he was flipping out. Screaming, crying. I was like, calm down. It's okay. I can always get you unstuck. Don't worry. You don't have to freak out. No matter what happens, I will always get you unstuck. And I heard God say, that's me to you. And then the verse, Psalm 20 and Psalm 25, I will pluck your feet from the net. I heard that twice the same day. So, and looking back, that's August 23rd. That's a month before the 9/23 stuff. So I was hearing, I'll pluck your feet from the net. That's what I was hearing in August. And then, so these most recent confirmations, just recently, the past few weeks. So like a month ago, I was driving home from work. It was after all the 9/23 stuff. Hold on one second. Okay. So, yeah, after all the 9/23 stuff, I was driving home from work one day. It was one of the hardest days I've had, like, during this whole journey. I was seriously, I was like bawling my eyes out, with snot everywhere. Ugh. And then I was just like, when are you coming? Just crying out. And then I'm getting off the exit. A truck zooms past me, and his license plate says ETA 788. Which, whatever, but like, estimated time arrival, really? That's crazy. So I was like, so estimated time arrival 788. So I looked up the Strong's Concordance 788. It means very near. Um, so that's how these conversations started. It started with that. And then like 2 days later on that Sunday, I get behind a car on my way to church, and I see license plate CIA 257. So it's like CYA. So it's like see ya, blah, blah, blah. Like, see you soon, pretty much. So I was like, what's 257 mean? And nothing stuck out to me and strong. So I was like looking through the Bible, and then I landed on Matthew 25:7, you guys. And it's not just any verse. It's not just any verse. Matthew 25:7 is, where's 7? Then all those virgins rose and trimmed their lamps. Okay. So what are the odds of that? So that is crazy. So with the CIA 257, that's basically, that's during the time we were trimming our lamps, because this was early October. And then yesterday on my way home from church, today's Monday, November 17th. Yesterday on the 16th, November 16th, I got behind a truck on my way home from church. So this first CIA was on my way to church. This one was on my way home from church. It said CIA 196. And like, what are the odds if I see 2 CIAs, you know? So I was again looking through the scriptures. Finally, lastly, obviously, because it's Revelation, I found Revelation 19:6, and that's the marriage supper. Like, the marriage supper, the title starts, it's right there. It starts at verse 6, literally at verse 6. So 19:6 is the marriage supper. So it's kind of like he's bringing me through a little story, like, okay, right now you're trimming your lamps back then in October. Now it's time for the marriage supper. At least that's what I felt in my spirit. So Revelation 19:6, then I heard what seemed to be the voice of a great multitude, like the roar of many waters and like the sound of mighty peals of thunder, crying out, Hallelujah, for the Lord our God, the Almighty reigns. So it's like he was saying back then, we're trimming our lamps. He's saying now it's time for the marriage supper. That's what I got from it. That was a big confirmation for me. And I can't discount all my experiences I had this year with the Lord, with all these confirmations. I can't ignore it and deny it. I just can't. It doesn't feel right. With other people in this Watchman community, I'm kind of iffy about. I don't listen to them anymore. But for some reason, my spirit and my heart can't say Joshua's a false prophet. I don't care if I get made fun of. I don't care if you call me crazy. My logic and my brain, my flesh want to say it was all just coincidence and blah, blah, blah. But my spirit can't deny everything that happened. I feel like I would be negligent in my faith if I did that. And then, for people not to see the signs, you have to be like walking around like this, literally. It's crazy. So, if any of you guys have anything with 788, 257, or 196, let me know. And it's funny because my friend Jamie, she bought something the other day and the total was 788. It was funny. So yeah, my whole point in this is to just explain. Sorry, I'm reading something from my son's school. Just to show you how cool God is. I was atheist, agnostic. I mean, I was not a nice person. And now I'll cry at anything. He turned my heart of stone into heart of flesh. And it's just so cool. Yeah, I just wanted to share all that. I don't know, guys. I feel like you shouldn't just you shouldn't just write it all off. If your spirit is telling you, I can't believe I did it. Oh no, this is not 5 minutes. I did another video. I was like, how is that just 5 minutes? If your spirit is telling you that he's coming this year and that all the stuff that happened to you this year, you gotta just believe it and have faith. Because Paul told us to endure. If it wasn't hard and we didn't have to wait, if there wasn't an initial date to begin with and we didn't have to wait, it wouldn't be enduring. Like, it would just be normal life tribulations. But no, he knew it would be hard. He told us to endure and not to draw back. Don't draw back. They're literally telling us that it is going to be hard. There will be tearing. And I keep asking the Lord if what the video I posted last about the 2 moons being 2 months and 9/23 actually being September 23. I keep asking him if that's like to confirm that. Besides these license plates, that's all I've got. But I feel like that is confirmation. And you know what else is crazy? Right after I saw that license plate, and right after I figured out Revelation 19:6, I listened to a woman's video. She gets words from the Lord, and Revelation 19:6 was in her message from the Lord, of him telling her that. And the video was titled Marriage Supper. So that was right after I found the Revelation 19:6. I don't know. It's not all coincidence. Like, I can't deny it. I just can't. So I hope this is encouragement. I hope someone searching for the Lord can see this, because our testimony is powerful. I haven't shared my testimony on here yet, and that was kind of just a mini version, but yeah, I was a big meanie head, substance abuse, bad person, to now waiting and watching for Jesus to come get us. It's just crazy. It's something that we can't do on our own. All of this movement is not from any of us. It's all those confirmations. I remember a woman, and it stuck with me since her confirmation video. She was all stressing out about new furniture for her house. She had just moved, and the Lord told her, you won't need it. Don't worry about it. And all these words people are getting, you can't deny it. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I'm gonna go get my son from school. I hope I wasn't all over the place. I wrote notes, but I don't know. Who cares? All right, I love you guys. I'll be back soon.